My wife secretly gave away our savings to her ex. Now she wants me to sell my late mother's home to fix it. I'm a bit lost right now. Just needed a place to let this out before I lose my mind. I'm sitting in my car parked outside my late mom's house. The house I inherited and haven't had the heart to part with yet. And I just uncovered something that shattered me. My wife, Lena, and I have been married for 5 years. We met at a wedding for mutual friends. She was graceful, bright, and had this calm self-assuredness that drew me in. After about 18 months of dating, we got engaged. Back then, I was still recovering financially from a rough patch. Student debt, a couple of layoffs. But Lena didn't seem bothered. She had a secure job in HR and always talked about us growing and building something together. By last year, things were finally going well. I got a steady job with a reputable firm, and between our combined earnings, we were steadily saving. We had about $82,000 set aside between our savings and a high-yield account, money we were putting away to buy a home. I'd also inherited my mom's house, a small 3-bedroom in a peaceful neighborhood. I hadn't been able to bring myself to sell it. Lena never really got along with my mom. She always said my mom was too involved, even though mom only ever meant well. She was the type to show up with homemade soup if you had a sniffle. Not perfect, but kind. Her death from cancer tore me apart. Lena seemed supportive, or at least acted like it. Then 2 weeks ago, I noticed something odd. I logged into our savings account to transfer some funds into a CD, and suddenly, almost nothing was there. Just under $600. My stomach dropped. I thought it had to be a bank error. I refreshed, rechecked. Then I dug into the transaction history and saw it. 8 months of huge withdrawals. $5,000 here, $15,000 there. All transferred to the same outside account I didn't recognize. First thought? Fraud. I called the bank in a frenzy. After hours on the phone, they confirmed every single transfer was authorized by Lena. I didn't confront her right away. As foolish as it sounds, I hoped there was some explanation. Medical emergency? Some investment opportunity? Anything but what it really was. That night, I brought it up carefully. Told her I'd seen weird charges and asked if she knew what was going on. She froze, then calmly said, "I was going to tell you. No guilt. No apology. Nothing." Bit by bit, the truth came out. Her ex-boyfriend, a man named Aaron, had reached out nearly a year ago, in trouble both financially and emotionally. According to her, she felt responsible and couldn't just let him suffer. So she started sending him money not once but 8 times behind my back. In total, over $78,000. Gone. I asked her what she was thinking. She said she thought she could help him recover, that he promised to pay her back. And yes, they met up, in person, multiple times. She swore it was innocent, just meals, and that it meant nothing emotionally. She said she needed closure. Closure? She funneled away our future for closure. To a man she used to sleep with. When I asked how she thought this would all end, she broke down. Said she panicked, didn't know how to fix it once it started. Tried to paint it as a moment of weakness, an act of misguided compassion. I asked her why she didn't tell me the moment he contacted her. Why she thought it was okay to move all our savings without so much as a word. She had no answers, just sobbing. Then, last night, she dropped a bomb I wasn't ready for. She suggested selling my mom's house. Just until we recover, she said. We can buy something smaller later. I stared at her. That house is everything I have left of my mother. I still haven't touched her room. Sometimes I just go there to sit, breathe her scent, feel close to her. It's not just a house. It's what remains of her. Her presence, her memory, her warmth. And Lena wants me to give that up because she handed over our entire savings to her ex-boyfriend? I couldn't respond. I walked out. Been staying at the house since then. This morning I dug a little deeper. Remember that account all the transfers were going to? I did some checking, using some tools I probably shouldn't have, but I needed the truth. It's not Aaron's account. It's Lena's. Under her maiden name. She never gave the money to her ex. She moved it to a secret account of her own. Whether Aaron was ever involved at all, I have no clue. Maybe they plotted something together. Maybe he never even contacted her and she just used his name to cover her tracks in case I ever found out. All I know is this. She's been lying to me for nearly a year, and the person I trusted with my life may have betrayed me in the worst way imaginable. She lied about where the money came from, and now she wants me to sell my mother's house to make it all disappear. I haven't told her I know yet. I needed time to absorb it, to let the full weight of it settle before I figured out my next move. I told my closest friend, we'll call him Brian. He's the no-nonsense type, the kind who won't sugarcoat truth even when it cuts deep. When I laid everything out, the transfers, the lies, the account in her maiden name, he just stared at me and said, "You're sitting on a bomb, man. That's not an accident. That's a blueprint." He's right. I should have seen it sooner. Lena isn't impulsive. She's meticulous. She doesn't forget birthdays. She organizes our finances down to the last cent. She makes graphs and plans out grocery lists. She didn't just accidentally funnel 78 grand into an account under a name I don't check. This wasn't charity. This was extraction, draining our life dry in slow sips while smiling across the dinner table. I dug deeper. There was more. That account wasn't dormant. Money was moving. Transfers into another checking account. Zelle payments to unfamiliar names. Charges at an Airbnb in Vermont. A furniture outlet in New Jersey. One transaction stood out. Deposit DLS Agency. I looked it up. It's a relocation firm for international moves. She wasn't helping someone else. She was planning her exit. Or at least she had been. I finally confronted her last night. After dinner, no audience, no yelling. I just needed to look her in the eyes and see if she'd lie to me again. I told her I found the account. She looked uneasy. I said I knew the money wasn't for errands, that it was hers, that she wasn't giving, she was washing. She didn't deny it right away, just silence. Then the same line again. I was going to tell you. Like that erased the rest. I asked her straight, what was the plan? Just vanish one morning? Leave a note on the fridge? Take the house, too? She said something that felt like a knife in the chest. You were never going to let go of that house. I knew you wouldn't. Not unless things got so bad you had no choice. I was going to wait until then. My mother's house. She didn't just steal, she calculated. She watched me fall apart inside those walls, retreat into them when the world was too loud, and still saw them as something to take. As leverage. I asked her what she did with the money, who she was planning to leave with. That's when she snapped. Said it wasn't like that. Said she needed a safety net. Said she felt lost in our marriage and had to be ready. Just in case. Just in case. Like I'm a contingency. A phase she was done with. She claimed Aaron, the guy I suspected, was a smokescreen. Said he did message her, but she never replied. He was the perfect decoy. Just enough of a backstory for me to believe. And I did. She used him. Used me. Used my grief as her cover. I asked her one final thing. Were you ever going to tell me? She didn't answer. That silence told me everything. So here's where I'm at now. I froze every joint account. Opened one in my name. Booked a consultation with a divorce lawyer for next week. Moved back into my mom's house this morning. I'm sleeping in my old room tonight. It's quiet. Dusty. But it's mine. I called her bluff. Told her the house stays. She has 48 hours to decide if she wants to speak to me or my lawyer. And yes, I'm pressing charges. She moved money under false claims. That's not just a betrayal. That's criminal. The hardest part? I'm not even furious. I'm hollow. Exhausted. Like I've been holding something up for so long, only to realize no one was ever on the other side. I don't know what stings more, the future I thought we were building, or the fact that she never saw it the way I did. It's over now. Lena left 3 days ago. No fight. No apologies. Just packed and left. Avoiding my eyes like liars do when the script runs out. My lawyer wrapped up the paperwork. Clean split. No property to divide. Just the damage she left behind. I didn't press charges. Not because she didn't deserve it, but because I realized something. You can't punish someone who doesn't carry guilt. You can't break someone who's already broken inside. The house is still mine. That was never up for debate. Yesterday, I opened the windows, let air back in, let the silence breathe. I found one of my mom's old scarves in the back closet. Still folded, still hers. And I cried, for the first time since the truth unraveled. Not for Lena. For the parts of me I kept shrinking to keep us together. For the moments I stayed small just to keep the peace. For every piece of myself I compromised trying to be enough. This wasn't a love story. It was survival. And I made it through. I'm not the same person I was a month ago. Thank God for that.